everyone, it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is the third Saturday of the month. That means it is time to play with our mini paper pads. So as you can see, I am using the I Am Simple Stories paper pad, and I went off screen and punched a ton of circles. And then I roughed up their edges and I layered them up in sets of 3. So I had 3 different circle punches. I think one's got to be like 1.5, one's 1.25, and one's probably 1. And so went ahead, layered those all up. And then there was also a couple of other papers that could be fussy cut. So a couple of them had some florals. I fussy cut out some florals as well as some butterflies because I don't have anything to go with this collection, and I just figured why not use what comes in the small paper pads. So there tends to be, when you get one of the small paper pads, whether it's 6x6 or 6x8, there always seems to be some sort of something in there that potentially you could fussy cut. And this one in particular, a lot of the A sides have like big elements on it. So this is a photo of my friend and I. We were on a wine tour, and I really liked the kind of ledger pink background. And when I went to map my photo in it, I did a terrible job. And so when I cut it off to readjust it per se, it tore it all together. So there wasn't a full page left. There was the same paper, but it had this like, I think it had a typewriter in the middle. So I just put my photo in the middle and covered up that typewriter. I did have to trim my photo down just a little bit so I could get a nice little mat. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of other mats. So one is a full mat, and then I have 2 side mats. And so when I did my circles, I didn't do them all the way across the page. I did kind of a triangle actually. And then I'm going to put my photos down on the bottom. Now, I really wanted to use this title piece from Color Cast Designs from this month's acrylic box, and it says capture. I just thought the colors were perfect, and I thought the photo was perfect. So that's going to be kind of the beginning of my title. And so I'm going to make kind of a floral cluster down here in the lower right hand side where there's kind of that gap of the circles. And then up here by the title, I'm going to try and make kind of another cluster so it doesn't seem so blank. Like you're not noticing that I'm not doing all of the circles in a big square. So these are those fussy cut florals, and I'm going to fuss around with them because I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. I'm going to fuss around with the florals that I fussy cut as well, just to kind of fill up some space. So I do have quite a large cluster down there on the bottom right hand corner, which totally works because you've just got some wine barrels in the background, so I'm not really covering up anything. But I feel like I have a pretty good idea of where everything is going to go. And since I made the circles off screen, I decided that it would be best to go ahead and just glue everything else on screen, because otherwise it was going to be a very short film. So my glue is a fresh back from vacation, so it is like spitting out everywhere. So I'm going to get what it's spitting out on my title here, And then it is still spitting out, and it actually kind of made a mess over there to the right, which you can't see. So I'm going to start dipping some of my pieces into it. So when you see that I'm going off to the right, I am literally sticking all of that into a big pile of glue. And you can see it's right there on my color cast container that my acrylic piece came in. So I'm just using what glue I have left because I love Nouveau Deluxe, and I get all of my Nouveau Deluxe from Scrapping Reflections. So it is very easily accessible, but I still don't want to waste it. I want to use it all. So I've used what I have made a mess of, and I can go back to my tape runner here. I'm going to get everything glued down, and then I've kind of decided that I really don't use enamel dots very much, and I really need to try. And it's not that I don't like them. I would say that I do prefer a sequin over an enamel dot. And I never really got into like Nouveau drops, which I know can kind of look like enamel dots. I just never got into them. I think I have maybe 3 containers that I've never opened, so I'm not even sure that they're still good. It's never really quite been my thing. So I have these ones from Echo Park, and at first I thought I was going to put enamel dot on all of the circles, but I decided I was just going to use a couple of them. I think partially because I don't know if I maybe didn't feel like the colors were quite right. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm only going to use a couple of them. And then from this cut apart, I am going to cut the word fabulous out. So my whole title is going to be Capture Fabulous, because I think we're pretty fabulous. And I mean, a wine tour is pretty fabulous too. So that is going to be my title. Now I'm noticing that when I did this, it's kind of off-centered because everything is so heavy down to that right-hand side. So I'm just going to do a doodly border just on 2 sides, and it's going to make it feel finished to me. So I absolutely love how this turned out. So I will have everybody who is playing along with Mad About Mini paper pads, and I will also have Color Cast Designs linked down below so you can get your hands on this beautiful piece. And there is my final layout. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time. Bye.